Guys, how's it going? Still in our heat wave. This is the hottest summer I can remember. It's been 100 degrees every day for months. Starting to cool off now, and then when it cools off, the mosquitoes come out. It's been tricky to get anything done outdoors. We had another storm last night, 60 mile an hour, 100 km/h winds. There is broken trees and debris absolutely everywhere. There's a big tree down right there. We'll have to deal with that probably tomorrow. But yeah, there was power outages and just debris everywhere. I was driving around the city today at work, and it was like, wow, we got absolutely smashed. Anyhow, let's go to the tailgate, and more projects coming ahead, and I got some parts I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, guys, Stihl MS462. You guys remember I bought this just before we went to buck and stock as a non-running saw at auction. This saw actually ran beautifully, but it was really scored, and you guys can see right there. So I tore it down and ordered parts. Now the beauty of the modern day aftermarket is you can actually get parts for these current saws. I mean, this thing is a 2018, so it's not new, but it's definitely not old. And this is, I think this is going to be a keeper for me. It is a 462C, so it's auto-tuned or M-tronic, but it's an Arctic, friends. See, it's got the button there. Very cool. Now, it has the half wrap, and not really my cup of tea. You guys know I'm a full wrap kind of guy now. Whatever you're used to. I like the other day when I was running that Pioneer, it was really nice, or it would have been nice to have a wrap, because I had to do that from both sides of the tree due to safety. So and because it was a half wrap. If I had a full wrap, I could have cut that tree from the same side. So, I mean, yes, I could have back barred and done other things, but I just find a full wrap is easier for most of what I do. If I was cutting veneer wood and I was flush cutting, yeah, I get it. I won't get into that argument because I'm not a logger. But anyhow, friends, so I actually brought this to buck and stock with me, hoping and maybe we could do some cleanup on it and maybe throw a piston in it. Now, I will say, I haven't decided yet, friends. Bottom end looks good, what I can see of it. But, hold on, I'm just going to reach across you guys here. Ryan from Wolf Creek sent me this full oil seal and gasket set. Okay, which is cool. I didn't even know that these were available. Okay, so you can order that right from Ryan. You don't have to go to Stihl. You guys know me. I don't mind a Stihl. I like a ported Stihl, but I find their parts are just ridiculous. I'm sure this gasket set, last time I bought a Stihl gasket set, it was well over $100. So, okay, Ryan also, I'll just open this bag up. This, okay, he sent me Husqvarna fuel lines. And look at that. He has 462 crank bearings, okay? So, also has 462 OEM. Like, what a guy. Hey, friends, aftermarket, OEM. What else do we have here? I noticed now, Ryan is now carrying Timken. I think Timken's the best in the bearing, 6203 C3. I think I'm going to run these in my 395 build, friends. Just as a proof of concept. I got that 261 I'm going to be working on. He sent me parts for that too. Bearings and all that kind of good stuff. And I've used these bearings before. It says 026, but it's actually It's actually 261 stuff. But yeah, friends, Timken, top of the line. I think, unless something's changed, but okay. So we got full bearings for this saw. I'm kind of interested in this saw because it is M-tronic and it also has heated handles. Now, I ordered something, again, going along with the Stihl is too expensive thought pattern. And an OEM wrap for this thing up here is like over $300. I don't even want to know what a heated wrap costs. So I found this online at Saw Salvage. I think that's the Duke. I think I emailed him or he emailed me one time. Anyways, no affiliation with them, friends, but the Saw Salvage has an aftermarket wrap for this. It wasn't cheap, but it was less than half the price of an OEM one. You can find these on their website and also on eBay. I can't remember. I think I bought this on eBay. But yeah, pretty cool. Now what I want to do, friends, is I want to take the wiring. I want to take the heat wire out of this OEM full wrap. And I'm going to try and heat this up, this rubber. Slide it off. I think if I put air behind here like a motorcycle grip, and then try and run the OEM heat tape over there, and then put it all back together, because I'd like a full wrapped heated saw. Okay, so it comes with all your hardware and fittings, and so I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. The other thing Ryan sent me, because this saw is pretty beat, is a Lazarus side cover, which will clean this thing up. I don't care if it says Stihl on it or not. That's not a thing for me. I also ordered, friends, some West Coast dogs. These are just the generic ones you find on wherever you buy your parts. They work fine. They look okay. Again, I'm trying to keep all this stuff on a budget, because if you want to not be on a budget, why not just go down to Stihl and buy a brand new 462 right out of the box? Okay, friends, so I cleaned up the cylinder. It looks great. There's some dirt and debris in there, dust, but it looks okay. If that doesn't end up working, well, Ryan sent us a highway cylinder, and from what I can see, they're both pretty much identical. Yeah, as always, highway looks beauty. Either way though, friends, I'm putting the highway piston into the OEM cylinder. What I want to do, friends, my idea, I think we're going to do this one a little different. I think I'm going to build this saw as a modified stock. So I'm going to do a base gasket delete, if that's doable. Again, I don't know. Chime in if you guys know. Any of you guys have built one of these. But I'd like to do a base gasket delete and a pipe. Put the full wrap on, all that stuff, and run it like that. And see how does the saw react to those mods. Sorry, friends, I'm just going to put this stuff away. Now, another problem with this saw, old C. Campbell there. This was a city arborist saw. So whoever, I'm guessing they label their saws. I don't know, friends. Yeah, this saw, the city saws, they ride around the back of a truck a lot, and they have a lot of cosmetic damage versus, you know, damage like a logger would have. Okay, so I went online and I started looking around, because again, anything OEM here from Stihl is ridiculously expensive. Okay, here, let's use these Westy Coasty dogs to open this thing. Now, would you believe it, friends, that I found on good old Fleabay, I found an OEM top cover for cheap. And yeah, it took a month to get here, and I'm still waiting for parts that I ordered. That's kind of what the lull's been. But Well, not just that, friends. The lull has also been the weather. It's been absolutely brutal outside. Wow, this fella really knew what he was doing. I know, go get a knife tin, man. It's all the way over there, though. I did the math in my brain, it was faster to just do it that way. Okay. I like the thought of this saw because these new Stihls are really light. Wow, a box inside a box inside a box. That's kind of cool. It's got Ukrainian. My family came from the Ukraine to this country. Oh, I don't know. Sometime around World War I. I'd have to ask my mom that. But there we go, friends. Oh, look. Friends, when you order from the Ukraine, you always get crabs. Or is that rabs? Sea rabs? Crabs, friends. Nothing but the best. That's awesome. Okay. Let's gently unwrap this. This will totally change the look of this saw. This saw looked horrible. Yeah, friends, this is a NOS, brand new, never used, 462 top cover. And the funny thing is, friends, is that I was looking for a used one. You think I could find a used top cover for one of these? Absolutely not. So, okay. This is totally going to change the look of this saw once I clean it up versus this. This thing's broken and damaged. Okay, so that's going to work out. So we'll have new West Coast. We'll have West Coast dogs, a full wrap, heat. What's not to like about this saw? Now, this is a funny saw, and I'm actually very interested in building it because I know guys that cut with these that really like them. And I also know guys that cut with these that bought one and say, I never use it, I don't like it. So, I love my 576 Husky, so this is the direct competitor of that saw. I know people at the beginning, people were comparing it to the 500i, and I don't think that's a fair comparison. And not because I'm a Husky guy, just different weight classes. Okay, friends, so we got that, and then you guys know I bought this crusty 395 while I was in the States there. And I just ordered a couple things, a new air filter right there. I ordered an aftermarket chain brake and an aftermarket recoil. I'm going to rip this open. Just trying to show you guys you can do it. You can rebuild the saw OEM, you can rebuild the saw aftermarket. Based on your budget, you decide what works for you. To me, it depends on the saw. Now, there you go. This thing's not going to match at all, and that doesn't bother me one bit, friends. Okay. Okay. I might even put an aftermarket rear handle on this thing just to make it all aftermarket. Okay, and I did find a top cover here. I got the clips aftermarket. You can buy those. They're in here somewhere, friends, wherever I can find them. Right here, friends. See, you can order those clips aftermarket. They're like $5 or something. Okay, so that's going to work out. Now, I did order something for the saw, friends. I'm going to try and go another level with this saw. I think we're going to build this into a hot saw. Not to spoil it, but I think that could be a lot of fun with a half wrap. I also ordered, okay, so I've never had a 395, and I think I don't need, friends, I don't need a 395 work saw. I see no purpose in that because I now have three 394s. One's ported, one's not. Why would I even, you know what I mean? I'm not an arborist. I don't run a tree service. I don't need 3 lightning bolt saws, right? One's fine. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe we'll build this into a hot saw. Maybe we won't. Maybe we decide we won't, but I think right now that's the way I'm going, friends. So I'm going to leave this thing a half wrap. What I did order, though, is a brand new OEM full wrap for my 394, because my 394 wrap is covered in hockey tape, and it's not good, friends. So anyhow, that's what we got going on, and I hope the weather changes, because it's getting real tough going to do anything outside. Tonight's actually fairly cool. Last night it was probably 100 degrees past dark. The air conditioner was running steady and it was just sticky. Tonight seems to be a little bit better. These are interesting saws, friends. Anyways, leave a comment below. Do you like these? Do you have one? I hear mixed reviews on them. They seem very, very light, which I like. But I'm thinking this will be a good go-to, you know, around the yard saw, because it is heated, and I'll make it full wrap. I think this is going to be the saw for me. I'd like to port it though, friends. I'm not going to lie. The only thing I just noticed, I'm not even going to complain for the price that this was, is that this is a non-Mtronic top cover. I never noticed that when I ordered it. Oh well, I'll keep the people guessing. You see, there's screw holes. Okay, guys, well, slow and steady wins the race. I got yard cleanup to do and mowing and all the other things. I got new blades for my mower. Maybe that's of interest to some of you guys that mow, but I found super high lift blades, which is kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Anyhow, friends, thanks for watching. Take it easy and stay tuned. We're gonna be starting on these projects very, very soon. Later.